taking you inside the Wolf's Den. Brought to you by Little General Stores.
Welcome back to the Dana Holgerson Show and Inside the Wolf's Den. I'm Wolfman, and this, of course, is offensive coordinator for WVU, Jake Spavital.
How you
Jake,
doing,
how
Wolf?
you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for entering the Wolf's Den and going to break this down. We got a lot of good stuff right here, so I want to get right into it. But how we're going to start out here is David Sills. He had 10 receptions against Kansas State, 73 yards, but 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, the key to this right here, the key to his success down here in the red zone was if you look at the amount of numbers that Kansas State was putting into the box to stop the run, which we think that this duo right here down on the goal line is one of the top in the country, and obviously with the 18 touchdowns they had last year, they had a lot of success doing this. So if we ever get this matchup right here, we're going to try to utilize this as much as possible, which they've got a pretty good rapport right now in terms of running a slant and a fade concept, and a lot of this is on them. I put this whole play completely on Will and David and allow them to do what they feel is necessary, which I thought this was a pretty interesting play for David right here, but look how hard inside leverage this guy is right here, and he still has that ability to square him up, get in front of him right here to at least have the illusion where he possibly could run a fade and then slants it off. Will does a really good job at holding these defenders into the box to allow them that opportunity to hit the slant for a touchdown.
The footwork is right there. That's where it all starts with this, because
Exactly.
these defenders cannot get guarded. Let's go to the next play, KB.
Exactly.
Now we're up top here. Now stop it. Okay, now again, the footwork. But, Jake, let me ask you a question, man. He's an All-American. He was a finalist for Fred Blitnikoff.
Right.
What are they doing?
Right. This was after an injury. There was an injury timeout. We were on the sidelines. We knew that they're going to be heavy again in the box. You can tell that by the demeanor they're going to launch at the offensive lineman's legs. We knew that this was going to be an easy one-on-one matchup, right? We had his opportunity on the right corner. David wanted to go to the left corner on this one, so we ended up flipping the formation and moving him over here. Really the main thing with this is Will trying to hold this defender right here in the box, making sure that he does not get in this void right here because they know that they're going to be running a slant. Again, same exact technique, but look how Will kind of threads the needle, holds number 5 right here, and is able to hit it right there in that void.
That's a great point. And again, it's a great throw. That's not an easy throw right there because he's on the move here, right here in front of him. But again, it's David's feet. They can't guard him one-on-one.
Right. Coach Carrier does a great job at working releases and technique with these receivers, and you can tell that they spend a lot of time on it, and they're all on the same page, and that's why they have so much success down here in the red zone.
Well, until they try to stop that, I guess you're going to keep feeding it.
Yeah, keep feeding them until they stop it.
Okay, Jake, so let's talk about Will Greer, okay? 5 games with 5 touchdowns in just 14 total games. That's a school record tied for at least.
Oh, wow.
And that's 14 games. I keep saying it, 14 games. Go ahead. Tell me about it.
Yeah, the thing is we give our quarterback a lot of freedom, and it's a big numbers-based game, all right, in terms of if they're trying to load the box and take away the run game. We think Will is a pretty special quarterback, and we're going to give him that freedom if he sees a matchup on the perimeter to check to any pass play that he wants, that leverage depending and make sure that it's a smart play. And this is a great example right here of him doing this check to Marcus Sims. A little bit to this story, the previous snap, all right, we called run play on the previous snap, and they gave the same exact look. And if you watch how Marcus runs this route, on the previous snap, we threw a little 10-yard spot route to Marcus, and he got out of bounds on this, right? So we come back for the second play, and we called another run play. They came out into a 4-2 box where they're outnumbered us, and they're playing man-to-man. And we saw that we had a lot of, we call this isolation, the difference, the separation between the defensive back and the receiver, where we knew over conversations throughout the summer, throughout the week, that if we had this opportunity, we're going to throw the 10-yard spot. If we come back to it again and they give us the same look, we're going to end up doing the double move. And if you look at this DB right here, Marcus does a great job. He's got exceptional speed. And the thing with this is we're double moving this, but if you watch Will Greer and you watch his eyes, all the way from the beginning, you watch his eyes, he is holding this middle safety to make sure that he comes off this hash and allow Marcus, who they're in man, where this DB's looking at him, where he can double move that. And this turns out to be a pretty big play, a turning point in the game, which on this drive alone, Marcus had 96 yards receiving, and it was all on Will Greer and his checks.
Let's take a look at the end zone shot. Now, this is an 82-yard touchdown. This is the longest of Will Greer's career here for a touchdown. Great job. Again, look at right here. This is what I want to point out. Roll it back, KB. Right here, Kenny McCoy stepping up for the blitz coming in.
Right. You know, this is a pretty difficult blitz to pick up. What they're doing is they're baiting right here with this defensive end where Colt McKivitz is going to kick out to. They drop him off, so you're really getting a three-man bump with an O-line, which we don't get that completely bumped off where you'd like these three to hit it. But what makes the play is Kennedy at least has some presence, and see how this is where he's come along tremendously from last year, where he's not afraid to stick his face up in there. He gives Will just a little bit of time right here for him to give a little ground, hold that safety, and put a good ball to Marcus.
Stop it right here, KB. Right there, over the shoulder. This guy can't, no defender would be able to get this other than the wide receiver right here. No, that, I mean, have you seen a ball thrown like that? I mean, I know I'm gushing, but I keep saying every throw gets better and better.
It does. I think Will is very accurate, and again, this is what you see with the continuity with this receiver group. They've been together for a good amount of time, and I see these plays are routine plays in practice all the time, and it's just you see all the hard work, the continuity they got. Now you can see it put out there on the Mountaineer field in front of everybody else.
Yeah, double move with this guy. That corner bites. No one's catching him.
No question.
Absolutely. Something else I love what you guys do, Jake, is you go this trips FSL. You know, that's trips formation sideline. You know, right here, trips up here, right into the boundary. Why do you do it?
Yeah, it's something that bases down defenses. All right, if a team's heating us up, if they're playing a lot of man, there's a lot of things to formation into the boundary, formation sideline, where we can get the proper matchups needed, because we're going to normally get defenses are going to do about 1 to 2 looks only when you put formation in the boundary. And what we saw on tape leading into this is that they would end up playing their diamond coverage into the boundary, which if you look at it right here, you have a diamond right here that they're going to play 4 over 3, which we knew that this nickel guy right here that's going to be over the H, which would be Tevin Bush, for instance, right here. If we ran a vertical and put a curl with the outside receiver, which would be Marcus, and put him on a wheel, that is going to leave him man-to-man on this nickel player. So if you watch Marcus get up there and he slows it down, it's a great job by Marcus on slowing it down. He gains the attention of these two right here. You see how he pulls them out of the picture, which leaves Tevin, who we think has got some game-changing speed, which left him in a matchup where we could isolate that one-on-one matchup and score.
Again, let's look at this, the whole throw by Will Greer, the arc. I mean, it's just he's catching them right in stride, just like the play with Marcus Sims. These guys are not slowing down. They are catching it right full stride, and that's why you're, in my opinion, you're having so much success in scoring touchdowns.
Right, there's a lot to that. You know, we can do only so much as the scheme. It goes down to the execution part, and Will puts these guys in great position to keep it in stride and actually get that yards after the catch, which if you look at the past couple ones we've watched, there's been a lot of yards after catch and some big explosive touchdowns.
New weapon, Tevin Bush. You got to be prepared.
We got to.
Let's drive. Unbelievable. Good job by you. Good job by the whole offense. And it was really special. Thanks for coming in with us today and pointing that out. You know, I hope you get to do a lot more in the Wolf's Den, because it means we're having a lot of success.
Let's keep it rolling.
All right, good deal. Hey, stay tuned for a lot more to come in the Dana Holgerson Show.
Wolf's Den is sponsored by the all-wheel drive RAV4, the official SUV of the Mountaineers, with all these advanced safety features standard. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. Toyota, let's go places.
The Dana Holgerson Show will return after these messages.